So hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Staff Vlogs. So in our previous episode, we actually answered the question of my client, which is what are the investment opportunities here in CDO? So we answered it in this way. We have land banking, we have buy and sell, and you can also do condominium or house leasing. So my client decided to choose condominium leasing because they wanted to have the benefits of passive income. So I think this is a really great choice because this is one way for you to use your money, put it in real estate, and grow your money and have your return coming in every month as well. So now we're going to go for the specifics, and today in this video, I'm going to show you what are the available condominium options here in Cagayan de Oro. So CDO is actually divided into two areas per se. We have downtown and uptown. So for downtown, we have Aspira Towers by Avida. We also have Mesa Verte by Casamira, by Cebulan Masters. We also have Casamira by Cebulan Masters. We have the Loop by Vista Residences and One Oasis by Philinvest. For the uptown area, we have Primavera by Italpinas. We also have D Residences by Abarc Gold, Smart Condo, and we also have Grand Via Residences by John Doerr. So as you can see, there are a lot of options already in CDO. But in this particular video, I'm not going to discuss all of these options. I'm just going to show you the options that I feel are best for this particular client. So let's get it started. So here's my screen, and before anything else, I'm going to show you a screenshot of the Google Maps of Cagayan de Oro. So this is Centrio Mall, and in this area we have Gaisano Mall, and we also have Limketay area here and SM Mall. So what is the reason why I'm showing you the malls? Because we also have condominium developments close to these malls, and I really feel that it's a good choice to have your condo close to the mall because malls have become the landmark that travelers can use. So since my client wants to have her condominium leased out maybe via Airbnb or another leasing platform, it would be a good idea to have a condo that's close to the mall. So we have Centrio Tower in this area just behind Centrio Mall. But Centrio Tower has already been sold out. And we also have Mesa Verte here, so we still have units left in Mesa Verte. We have Avida, Aspira Towers somewhere in this area. And we have One Oasis near Limketay. So now I'm going to show you these condos. So let's start off with Aspira Avida. Okay. So this is the Aspira Avida Towers. So we have two towers. This one is Tower 1 and this one is Tower 2. And for Tower 1, it's actually already been turned over. Some of the units are turned over. And this is the amenity area over here. So the location for Avida is here. So as you can see, this one is Centrio Mall. And this is very, very close to Centrio Mall. This is the main highway. And the good thing about this location is that this area has not been flooded. There is no history of flooding in this area. So now I'm also going to show you, I'm not going to show you everything. This is the amenities. We have the multi-purpose hall. We have the playground and swimming pool area. We also have the viewing plaza and the ground floor drop-off area. We have residence lounge and the game room. And of course, the other usual facilities. So this is how the studio unit looks like. It's pretty standard, so our average floor area is around 23 square meters. So there are also units at 22 square meters. And this is the one-bedroom flat unit. Okay. So that's about the summary of Avida Aspira. And for the price, we're going to talk about the price. So the studio unit is averaging at 2.8 million right now, and with taxes and fees, it's gonna go up to around 3 million for a studio unit. The one bedroom unit is selling for 6.6 million. So the pros for Avida Aspira is, of course, number one, we have the Ayala brand. So as we know, the Ayala brand has always been a reliable brand. So you're pretty much sure that the condominium will be delivered in a good fashion. And also the pros is that Tower 1 is already turned over. So that means if you decide to purchase a unit in Tower 1, as long as you've already done with your equity payment, you can begin to use your unit. And of course, we also have very good amenities as you have seen. And the location is very good as well. It's very close to the malls and it's also a flood-free area. So when it comes to the cons, so Avida is a bit on the higher side in terms to price. So just to recap, it's around 3 million for a studio, around 6.6 million for a one bedroom. So later on, I'm gonna show you what are the pricing for the other condominiums here in CDO, so you can have that comparison. So it is a bit on the higher side in terms of price, but I think that's how it is with Avida projects since you're also paying for the brand as well. So let's move on to the next condominium. So we have Mesa Verte Residences. So the reason why I'm showing Mesa Verte is because Mesa Verte is also very close to the malls. So this is our towers. We have 3 towers for Mesa Verte. Tower 1, Tower 2, and Tower 3. So this is our location. If Centrio Mall is just here, Gaisano Mall is over here, and we have Mesa Verte just behind Gaisano Mall. So this is the Corrales and the Osmeña Street. We have SM here as well. So in terms of location, Mesa Verde is pretty much spot on. So this is the site development plan. We have Tower 1 nearer to Osmeña, Tower 2 in the middle, and Tower 3 nearer to the Corrales extension area. This is the studio, standard studio. So this is the layout. If you may have noticed, it is different from Avida's layout for the studio. And this is the one bedroom layout. So now let's go to the pricing. So pricing in terms of Mesa Verte, well, for studio's already been sold out. So for Mesa Verte, we can only have one bedroom. And one bedroom is selling for 4.2 million pesos, and that's for a 39 square meter unit. So let's compare that with Avida. So Avida is selling their unit at 6.6 million, but you also have to realize that the one bedroom of Avida is also at 46 square meters, whereas Mesa Verte has a 39. So that's about a 5 square meter difference for 6.6 and 4.2. So generally, Mesa Verte is selling for a lower price as compared to Avida, and Mesa Verte has a very good location. So let's talk about the pros. So Mesa Verte has a great location. It's just behind Gaisano, very near Centrio and SM. It is more affordable than Avida Towers, and it's developed by Cebulan Masters, which is also a reputable developer here in the Philippines. For the cons, if we go back to the area of Osmeña and Corrales extension, so these two roads can sometimes be prone to flooding. So that's the reality here in CDO in terms of downtown. There is some flooding going on when there are typhoons or there are really heavy rains, but it doesn't happen all the time. And I think the government is also doing something about it by improving the drainage, because I think as long as the drainage can be improved, then these areas can also be improved. Given that it is really in the heart of the city, so we can really look forward that these areas will be taken care of by the government. So another con is that studio is already sold out, so we can only have the one bedroom option for now. And so the one bedroom option available is also in Tower 3, and I believe the turnover for Tower 3 is expected to be around 2020 or at the latest probably 2021. So let's move on. For our next condominium, So those are actually the top two options for me in terms of location. So some honorable mentions would be also One Oasis. So One Oasis is very near Limket Kai Mall. So as you can see, this is Limket Kai, and this one is One Oasis over here. And the thing is, this road can also be prone to flooding as well, so I'm just going to mention that now. But again, same with Mesa Verte, I'm sure the government is going to do something about this because it can't always be this way, right? So, so this is the units for One Oasis. So I think what One Oasis has really going is the fact that it has resort-like amenities. It is a very big area actually. Let's go back. So we have 5 towers and it's occupying 2.7 hectares. So that's a very big difference because that's why One Oasis is really promoting a resort kind of feel for their condominiums. So if you want to have space, if you value space, then One Oasis is also a good choice. So they have 1 bedroom units and they have 2 bedroom units. So they don't have studio units. So for One Oasis, let's talk about the price. So again, they don't have studio units, but their 1 bedroom is a 28 square meters. So that's also a pretty big size difference in terms of the 1 bedroom for Mesa Verte was 39 square, Avida is 46 square, whereas One Oasis is 28 square for 1 bedroom. But then their price is also just at 2.9 million for a 1 bedroom unit, whereas their 2 bedroom unit is at 3.5 million. So for One Oasis, the pros I would say is that it has resort type amenities because the area is really quite large for a condominium development. 2.7 hectares is quite expansive. So if you're the type of person that wants to have more space, then One Oasis would be a good choice. We also have more affordable units, although the floor space is smaller. But if you want to have a 1 bedroom and you don't really mind the size of the bedroom, then One Oasis would also be considered as more affordable. And for the cons, the main road is also prone to flooding, but the condominium itself has never been flooded. It's just the entryway. And then of course you have smaller floor area compared to Avida or Mesa Verde. And the pro is that the building is already existing as well. So if you want to make use of your investment already, if you purchase a unit at building 1, you can have that rented out as soon as you're done with the payments. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at another option, which is Casamira by Cebu Landmasters. So this is actually the building. We have 2 buildings, and the one that's selling right now is building 1. And we have the location map over here. And this is in Kausuagan area, so this is where the tower is located. If you're familiar with CDO, then you would know that Marcos Bridge is just in this area. And Centrio Mall is just further ahead. So behind Casamira is Save More Supermarket, and another landmark that we can rely on is Liceo de Cagayan University. So it's a bit different location as compared to Mesa Verde or Avida, which are really in these areas, very close to the bigger malls. But the one thing that's really notable about Casamira is its price, so we're going to talk about that later. So these are the layouts. We have the studio and the 1 bedroom unit. So if you can compare, it's actually similar to Mesa Verte's layout. And we have the 5th floor here, the floor plans. And this is the lobby, the function hall, the fitness gym, and the viewing deck. And of course, the swimming pool at the fifth floor area. Okay, so what's so noteworthy about Casamira is actually the price. So we're going to talk about the price of Casamira. The studio unit right now is selling for only 2 million pesos. So you can see there's a very big difference because for Avida, the studio unit is already at 3 million. So as you can see, it's a 1 million difference between Avida and Casamira. For the one bedroom unit, they are selling it for 4 million right now, and that's a 36 square meter area. So that is very close to Mesa Verte's one bedroom. So Mesa Verte is already at 4.2, whereas Casamira is at 4 million. So when it comes to studio, Casamira really has a very big difference in terms of price. It's really quite affordable. So that's why a lot of the clients have decided to get Casamira at this time. And for one bedroom, since it's just comparable to Mesa Verte, I would suggest that Mesa Verte might be a better option. Because the pros of Casamira is, of course, affordability. And number two is that the location is also hasn't been flooded. And number three, it has great amenities as well. And the cons is just the turnover is still in 2022. So that is still a long way off. But at the same time, that's why it also becomes really affordable because you get to have that stretched period of time for your down payment. So we can talk about that further in detail next time. And lastly, the last condominium that I'll be covering today is the residences by Abarc Gold. So it's the residential loft. So this is the building, and this is actually in uptown area. And the only reason why I'm covering this is because it has a studio unit with a loft. So I'm going to show you that. Alright, so this is our studio unit with loft. This is the living area. And we have the bedroom here at the top area. So you can see there are stairs going up to the loft. So it's kind of like a mezzanine. So this is unique in a way that no other developer has this here in CDO, except maybe for Avida, who has a bi-level unit. But in terms of price, this is actually quite affordable. Because for a studio with loft, for Abarc Gold, it's selling for 3.1 million. Oh no, sorry. That's 3.1 for studio without loft and 4.3 million for studio with loft. So let's check the location. The location is just in this area. Okay, so we have SM Mall right here. This is SM Uptown, and we have the residential loft in this area. So let's talk about the pros and the cons for the residential. So the pros is, of course, the big floor areas that it has. If you compare it with all the other condominium developments, the residential actually has a very big floor area. So for the studio unit, they have 30 square meters. So that's 25 for the floor area and 5 square meters for the balcony, for a total of 30. And for their studio with loft, it's a whopping 40 square meters. So studio with loft is 40 square meters, selling for 4.3 million. So that's 35 square meters floor area and 5 square meters for the balcony. So it's really quite affordable. So this is why I decided to include Abarc Gold. And also the studio with loft is a very interesting option. At the same time, another pro for Abarc Gold is the fact that the building will already be available maybe sometime at the end of the year next year. So the turnover is already quite soon. It also has sensible amenities as well, but probably not as good as Avida's amenities or Mesa Verte or Casamira's amenities. The cons is that it's a new developer. This is the first project that they have here in Cagayan de Oro. The owners are in the hotel business, but in terms of condominium, this would be their first project. So we still have to see what the quality will be like. So at the same time, if it's their flagship project, then we can hope that they will have a good development. And the pro in a way is that it's in uptown, so that means it's flood-free area. But at the same time, it can also be somewhat of a con because, of course, we could expect that there would be more foot traffic downtown. So that means there would be more tenants downtown as compared to uptown. Although it doesn't mean that there are no tenants uptown, because we can already see that there are a lot of people who are also leasing units in Primavera Residences, which is located uptown. So, alright, so those are my featured condominiums for the day. Again, we have Avida Aspira, we have Mesa Verte, One Oasis, Casamira, and D Residential Loft. So what are my takeaways for today? So my takeaways is, if you have the purchasing power, then you might want to go for the most premium condominium development, which I would say would be Aspira Avida. So with Aspira, you can get to have the assurance of the quality of your condominium, and at the same time it has a very good location, and the location as well is flood free. So again, the cons of Avida is that it's a bit high. It's much higher on the terms of pricing, but I think it also has, it's weighted out by the pros. So you can think about that. And if you're also after affordability, if you want to have stretched terms, stretched payments, then Casamira might be a very good option for you as well. And if you want to have space in terms of the land, then One Oasis would be a good option. But if you want to have space in terms of the unit, then you might want to consider the residential Loft. Okay, so that was a lot. We covered a lot right now in this video, and there's still more to cover in terms of what are the particular payment schemes we have if we really go into the computations and stuff. So for now, you can choose which unit, which condominium you're interested in, and then we could talk further about that. So if you are also interested in investing in a unit in Cagayan de Oro, in a condominium, and if you are also curious about the other developments that I did not mention in this video, feel free to also give me a call, feel free to send me a message, and please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and to also like my Facebook page. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next episode. Bye!